Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Southbridge Street Live. This is my very special guest. This is Mandi Farrell Chaka, and I want to just call it, like, it's already going to be like Mandi Monday, because that is so super fun.
Like
everything that we've got planned. Now, she is the founder, the creator, the owner of Crafty Cats, but there's so much more in this interview that I want to get to today. So first of all, welcome to the show. I'm super excited to have you.
Here.
Yes, we've been Facebook friends, and I've been watching you.
Been watching each other for a while.
There you go. But not like creepy stalking, but kind of like creepy stalking.
Just like right on the line.
Right on the line of like creepy. There you go. So I want to know everything about you. I'm going to start at the beginning on the day you were born. No, just kidding. Maybe not that far back.
I don't think I remember that far back.
But okay, so I have to tell you that I think it's super cute that it's Mandi Farrell, and that you do these things. You do this rescue with cats.
Yeah.
So let's start with, I want to kind of start with, flag in the sand. Okay. You created a business, because that's really the biggest topic, I think, for us, is that you created a business that's
and it happened on accident.
Okay, let's go. There you go.
So basically, I remember exactly where I was standing in our living room when I looked over at my husband. I'm pointing over there because, he's kind of over there. But I looked at him and I was like, if I ever had a business, I would call it Crafty Cats. It just came out of nowhere. And then a few months later, I was like, why do I not have a business? And so I started it, and I did all the things. I went to my first not farmer's market, but just a general market. I made $40. The best $40 I've ever made in my life.
There you go. I always remember my first 40 too.
Yeah, and the only thing that sold was my soaps, because that was the only bath product I had at the time.
Okay, see, you jumped too far. I want to go back to you.
Okay, back a little bit more.
Back a little bit more, which is you've always been crafty.
Yeah.
Okay, you've always developed product from scratch. What is it about the soaps and the candles?
Really. I've always been an artsy person. I love to draw and do that kind of stuff, but it was just something random that it was put inside of me somehow, and I just got to work, and it all clicked together. And actually, I didn't even think about aligning myself with rescue too much at first. I was just excited about having a business, but then Rebel Rescue actually reached out to me and were like, hey, you want to come to our pet adoptions thing?
Christy Bear.
Yes.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, hey. I'll have to tag her later. But she had me come and set up, and they were the kindest people. They had a table for me and everything, and so I ended up donating a part of my profits, and I was like, man, that feels good. I want to keep doing that.
Isn't that incredible?
So it just kind of turned into something, and then soon I met an independent artist. I had that done, and then the youth projects, and it just kind of all...
Right, because this is this product, these products that you make, not only go to animal rescue, but they go to children's,
I do youth projects.
Youth projects.
This month, actually, the past 3 years, I have hosted the Mother's Day craft at the Children's Discovery Museum here in Victoria. So.
Wow, that is awesome.
It's
awesome.
a lot of fun. Thank you. Awesome. I like that word.
Awesome. It's awesome.
We're gonna add it to the Urban Dictionary.
And then what else? Because there's another component to that.
Another component to which part?
Well, because because you're doing life coaching stuff. I mean,
I do. Really I have a little group.
Yeah.
I do that. I help businesses. I'm actually in a mentorship program right now where I'm helping another woman start her business so she can be at home with her child, stuff like that. And then I'm like, what else do I do? I'm also working on a children's book. So I have that, I have all these things in the fire.
That is a lot of irons in the fire. But so let me ask you this. What do you think was that tipping point for you? So something came to your heart and was like, if you had a business, you'd call it Crafty Cats. Yeah. At the time, what were you doing with your life? Were you in school?
I was in a job that I did not like. I was in college. Right. Wasn't having that either. Right. And I was just like, what if I quit all the things that made me unhappy and went for something, because I always knew I was going to be creative in whatever job I had. Growing up, I was like, whatever I do, it's gonna be creative. That's it. So as long as I'm creative every day, I'm living my best life.
Cool. That's super awesome. And then that was the other thing. That was the other component that I was working on too. Was the artist part.
Yeah, the passion for art and stuff. Yeah.
So tell me about soaps. Why soaps?
Soaps. Well, it was the only thing that sold. So that kind of, jump started it a little bit. But the more
I want to see some of these.
Yeah, go ahead and grab them. Yeah, of course.
This is super fun.
That one's Sunny. So that's actually part of my catacorn collection. There's a little cat.
Oh my gosh.
So my mascot, here's our plain version right here. So I started with this one. And then from there I branched out. There's a Texas one, there's a catacorn one, and then there's me and her. I mean, I have I have just about every version
Can I
of her.
open it?
Yeah, of
Yellow
course.
rose.
That one's actually the first time I've ever made that scent into a candle. So a lot of people, yeah.
Rose is like
It's
my
that true
favorite.
rose.
Yeah.
Well, I get mad because people label stuff as rose, but it'll actually be like gardenia or something like that's not a,
That's not rose. Yeah.
It's not what we're looking
I'm
for.
really picky about that. That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but I'm saying, like, had you made, so you said, hey, I'm going to do this thing called Crafty Cats.
Yeah.
But had you made soaps previously?
No, not at all.
You just decided to make
everything-
soaps and go to farmer's market?
Yeah. I approached Meredith with the farmer's market, and I was like, "Am I allowed to be a part of it?" And she was like, "Girl, yes. Like, come on."
Yeah.
So I've
Shout out to Meredith.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm
Oh,
just
look at
humble,
all these women.
little slide them
Yes.
in there. But yeah, so she was like, "Yeah, bring yourself." So I ended up. I think this is my 3rd year with her as well. So ever since I've started Crafty Cats, I've been with the farmer's market.
Wow.
So, and they've been, I mean, exponential growth has come from being part of the market.
What do you think, though, is your biggest, like, what was your shift? Like, you know, to me, it's you have this great high energy. You're
Yeah.
really doing a great job on Facebook promoting a product, you know, those kinds of things. Did you have any background in marketing?
No.
No?
I
How
have-
did you get started on all of this?
Literally, like if you look kind of at the labels, this is the first one of the first sets, and then I've of course graduated
Right.
and gotten better. But basically, just 3 years of trying different things and experimenting and seeing what worked and what I liked best and what people reacted the best
Most
with.
to,
Yeah.
Yes. So, and then what about this coaching that you're doing? This is awesome, by the way. This is a shampoo and body
Yes,
wash,
that is
which
my
is
newest-
rosemary and sage.
Yeah. And then the conditioner is actually lavender and mandarin. It's what I had.
What did Meredith have the other day of yours that was like it was like a mint?
She had.
What was that?
It was it the jasmine and bergamot?
Oh
wash?
my gosh, I
Yeah.
don't know, but it was awesome.
Yeah,
Lavender
that
and
one
mandarin.
Yeah. That one's that's actually a brand new product that I just
Wow,
launched
this is
week.
conditioner and hair
and
mask.
it's vegan friendly. If you read on the back, no sulfates, no dyes, no parabens, no crazy stuff. So I'm actually
Wow.
transitioning my whole brand to vegan. I'm almost there.
I love this. 20% of the profits from our products go to animal rescue, artist, and youth projects. I love it. Projects. See, I'm not speaking. It's Monday. Everybody
It's all right.
says,
We
"Give
get
me
a pass.
grade."
It's Monday. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Zero sulfates. So, you know, enlisting all of this, like, how did you get started? Like, just were you always
winging it.
just winging it?
Honestly, mostly with a Google search bar and YouTube videos is how I've learned most of the stuff that I know today. Sometimes it was just aiming for something, trying different products, and just seeing what worked best, like before. Yeah.
So you started with soaps. Then what came after soaps?
After soaps came candles. I actually made candles probably right after I made soaps, and I didn't have dye in them. They were just plain white candles, nothing fun to them at all because I didn't know. I was like, well, I'm not going to do that until I learn more about it.
Right.
And then probably after about a year, I started adding color to stuff and seeing all of, all the bright colors.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then shampoos and conditioners.
That is something that's probably more recent. I started doing that about last year, but then, so I had sulfate-free shampoos and a lot of people like that, but I was like, that's not good enough. We need products that are gonna help people get through their everyday lives, and if they're vegan or if they're reaching for organic or something skin safe, they deserve that and then they get to make a difference at the same time.
I love that. What happened? I know you said, look, I was, started with Rebel Rescue and giving back. I decided at that point, whatever it was that you were saying that you were doing that day or that evening, and then you decided, you know what, I'm going to give back.
Yeah.
And then that feeling of giving back.
That feeling kept on. And then after working with Rebel Rescue for a while, before that I was even volunteering for Pet Adoptions at Cuero. Linda over there, I was her first volunteer back when she had a tiny Morgan building. And now she has this beautiful whole location, and it's just awesome to see how far that's come to.
What do you think most people don't know about rescue?
About rescue? It's hard.
Right.
You see all the cute pictures of cats and stuff, and you think it's this. I mean, it is a beautiful process.
Right.
But underneath it all, it's hard. It's waking up in the middle of the night wondering if this animal is still breathing. I mean, my husband and I, we rehabilitated 22 kittens in our own home. At one point, the highest amount of animals we had in our house was 15.
Wow.
Yeah, and this year we have kind of both agreed, let's donate, let's volunteer, but let's take a year to just be with our animals and give them their best life.
Right.
Because I mean, I had 4 kittens on my 21st birthday. So I was bottle feeding them every 2 hours. And then you have to help them go to the bathroom. You have to, you know, do all these crazy like little things that you wouldn't think of. And then you hope and pray that they don't have anything harmful like coccidia or, you know, anything like that.
So kittens, so cats, that was your thing. Now what pets did you have at home previously?
We have 4 huskies, a schnauzer, and cats for days.
And cats for days. How many cats do you have?
9 at this time.
9 cats. Wow.
Yeah. And
when you were growing up, were you like, you know, my house is gonna look like this?
Honestly, it was normal to me. My grandmother had 13 cats at a time. So it looked like normal, which is kind of, you know, crazy to say, but it just was. And then my mom has always been an animal person. I'm pretty sure she's where I got it from. I blame her.
It's her fault.
Yeah, like if she would find a bunny or something and, you know, nurse it back, or if she found a baby
my mom
deer,
was like that
she would call the people that you needed to call, and, you know, So I got a lot of it from her, and being around animals, I've just always felt more comfortable. A little introvert.
Are you really introverted?
I feel like...
How nervous does this interview make you?
Not as nervous as I was thinking. So a little bit better than what I was thinking I was going to be like.
That's what I'm here for.
So you make it easy. That's
but I was going to say, like, I don't know how many times the introverts have said, I don't know if
I just want to hide.
This. And then they come and they're like, actually, that was pretty good because I want you to be doing this stuff. Because you're going live. And tell me about...
Yeah, I do go live. Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to know about how to follow you and what are you doing when you're going live?
So, before...
Introvert?
Before when I went live, I wouldn't show my face for probably the first year and a half. I would just show I'd hide behind my products. No one cared, you know, I would still get invoices and everything. Everything was fine. But this year I was like, what if I, you know, stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit? What if I spoken to other people's hearts and minds about problems that I go through as well, and kind of let them know that they're not alone.
Right.
So I did a class over raising your ambition, a class over motivation, a class over feeling overwhelmed, just all these little things that I worked through and found like a small, maybe like a little hint of an answer to that I could share with other people.
So this is completely different.
Oh yeah.
than the candles and soaps and things like that.
See, and I have to always be doing something different on the side. I have to fuel my creativity in a way, but I also like to find creative ways to give back and help other people or animals or whatever.
I totally get
everything. I want to touch all the things.
Yes, touch all the things.
Yes.
So what made you, this introvert, say, okay, I'm going to turn the camera around. Now I'm going to share something really personal, which is like, you know, you say you did a class.
Yeah.
So I want to know what backed you up spiritually so that you felt like I am the person that can give this class or this live presentation on, let's say, motivation.
So basically, just all the self-development I've done personally has kind of boosted my confidence, has helped me find this level of just knowing and understanding that, you know, nobody's worried about you but yourself.
Right.
But, you know, stuff like just small things like that.
Mandi, hold that for a minute.
Okay, I'm holding it.
So hold that for a second. Let's go back to that. All of these things that you were doing for self-improvement, I want to talk about that. What are some of the things that you were doing?
Like personally for myself, I do a journal in the morning. So I do my gratitude journal.
What led you to gratitude journal?
Rachel Hollis.
Rachel Hollis. Okay, all right. So let's talk about girl wash your face.
Yes.
Girl, stop apologizing.
Yes, both of them. They're so powerful.
Just reading it or what?
Well, I read it, and you know, a lot of people, they start with Rachel Hollis and they kind of end there. But me, I was like, okay, this Rachel Hollis is almost like, it feels like the foundation for self-development. And I was like, well, I kind of get this. What else you got? So I found Brendon Burchard. I found Jane Morris. I don't know if you've ever heard of the book Buy the Change You Want to See. But her whole entire perspective on, basically, it's what I do. It's conscious consumerism. So finding ways to use your purchasing power for good, basically.
Right.
So I just kept on digging further and further and driving my husband just a little nuts. So, and it just kind of like led to me being like, well, I know enough about this. What if I went live about it?
So what was your first live about?
Raising your ambition. And it's funny, I didn't start as a class. Basically, one of my English teachers, Pamela Anthony. I'm like, I'll tag her too later.
Shout out.
Yeah,
there you
shout
go.
out to the English teachers out, any teacher out there, really, y'all are awesome.
Yeah, amen to that.
Y'all are the best.
sister.
But she contacted me and was like, hey, do you think we do a Passport to Success type program? Do you think you could come in and speak to my juniors this year? And I actually just did it a few months back. And I was like, at first I was like, ooh, introvert. Let me hide for a second. I was like, should I do this? I don't know. And then I was like, you know what? Just try it, do it.
Good for you.
And I probably taught a little under 100 students. And I did the Raise Your Ambition. And basically, you know, being from Yoakum, it's kind of easy to be trapped in that small town mindset. So my goal when they brought me in was to raise their ambition. So we did, basically, I'm like, here,
All
let
right,
me just grab this.
Well, let's talk about this really quick
Okay,
before you
yeah.
open it. It says each day is a blank canvas.
Yeah,
Go
so
make some marks.
it's Amy Tangerine.
Cool.
She's really awesome.
Very cool.
In the little art world. If you're ever looking for some cute, like, motivational stickers or binders, or there's folders in the back, too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, now
She's
I
awesome.
want to.
Yeah, I'm like, here, should I just humble
Yes,
brag
I want you
here?
to-
All the
Yes.
advertisements.
Well, because here's the deal. Because there are men and women that
Yeah.
are, I think, exactly stuck in a rut, not really sure what they're.
Yes.
You know, where do you start when you're dealing with self-improvement, or you want to
And putting yourself
start
out
doing
there.
right
Ooh.
self-care? Where do you go? What are some avenues and
Yeah.
directions?
And I feel like the biggest thing is self-care isn't throwing a face mask on once a week. Self-care
Right.
is taking care of yourself 24/7, 7 days a week. And a lot of people are like, I did a face mask this week. I treated myself. No, take care of yourself and do amazing things for yourself every single day. Because it's important.
Right.
So that's
I know, agreed.
Yeah.
So you were going to do this class in
Yeah.
Yoakum.
So I named the class Stop, Plan, and Dream Bigger. I had no idea what I was doing. I just threw this thing together. And basically what I did was I gave them this back part of the worksheet. So it has 1 through 5.
Show them.
Oh, yep. 1 through 5. And I left it empty because kids like to get ahead of themselves and I didn't want them to do that. So I made myself a cheat sheet that actually had the stuff, you know.
Cool.
And so the first
So
part.
read me some. Stop, plan, and dream bigger.
Yeah, so it says, today I want to invite you to stop, plan, and dream bigger. Raise your ambition. It does not matter who you are or what your background is. You deserve more and it's time to reach for it. So and then I talk about how there's 5 separate sections. Each section will represent a category in your life and we're going to kind of do a deep dive. So I did, number 1 was career, number 2 experiences, 3 home, 4 community, and 5 my best self.
Cool.
Because it's for a class, you know, I didn't want to do relationships or
But
anything
you
like that.
created this content?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
I created it.
That's where I'm going with that.
Heck yeah.
You created this content. So you started with a soap,
Yep.
okay? And now you have expanded to, you are creating content, you are
Content, yeah.
giving classes on motivation and your best self.
Yeah.
You know, this
And
is
working
huge.
on a book.
And working on a book in 3 years. This is the span.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think has been, again, that pushing next level? What do you think that's been? Intrinsic motivation?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Just always wanting to kind of one-up myself.
Have you ever been this intrinsically motivated?
I don't think so. I mean, I've always wanted to be creative, but I don't think I've ever reached this far. You know,
What do you
this one-
attribute this to?
Probably my husband's support. You know, gotta humble brag him a little bit, and then just all the people that have been in my life that have, you know, always pushed me to do what I love to do. You know, they've never really held me back, and I feel like that has helped me dream even bigger and bigger and bigger, and then be able to kind of tell people about how they can flip that mindset to it as well.
Right. And are you completely flipped? I mean, do you still struggle with things?
Oh yeah, I struggle every single day. I'll be the first one to raise my hand for that one. Yeah, every day you learn something new, but every day, you know, you get that pushback from life. So it's the things that you do in preparation beforehand that set you up to get through those things. So like doing the gratitude, I try to read at least a chapter a day. Does it happen every day? No. But I
Tell
try.
me about gratitude.
Gratitude. So
The gratitude journal.
yeah, so I actually gotta take it back to Rachel Hollis for a second. She
Okay.
has it's called a Start Today journal. So basically, I fill that out every day. So basically, you write 5 things that you're grateful for every single day. And then she kind of has in the beginning of the journal like a thing that you can work through to get your top 10 goals. So then you use those top 10 goals and you go, okay, what's step 1 for each one of these goals? And you write those down every day. Because then subconsciously you're already working towards them because you're writing them down every day, and it's already, you know, you're already thinking in the morning, what can I do for this?
Sure, because I journal. And so what I want to kind of get to is the power of journaling.
Oh, it's so powerful.
That most people are not really aware of how important a journal is.
Yeah, and some of the most successful people journal every single day. Even if it's just planning their day in the morning, they have some kind of, they write something down.
Sure.
It's just,
well, let's start with the gratitude.
Yeah.
So what do you write?
What do I write? Usually I always put my husband, I'm always pointing, I always put my husband in there somewhere. I always, you know, my husband's helpful.
We have a studio audience of 1 today.
Yeah. Woo, woo. We just need that applause.
The laugh track?
Yeah.
Yay! No, kudos. I do the exact same thing every single day. The very first person that's, This is your port team. This is your crew. This is your...
It's the person that you basically signed up for the rest of your life with.
But I'm saying what I write, just so we're clear, is I say I am so happy and grateful.
Oh, stuff like that. Yeah.
For. So what are the words? What are you using?
I am worthy. I am capable. I deserve more. Those are my 3 things that I'm like always writing down before. I don't really do it in my journal per se, but I do it separately when I take 20 minutes to plan my day. So when I'm doing that process and kind of like looking at what I have for the day, I kind of write those down at the top all pretty.
And that again, too, is another step for change, which is to spend the first 20 minutes before you get into self-dialogue and you get into the routine of getting up, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, and you've already had so many conversations
with yourself.
And usually they're in the past or things that are going on in the future and they're not very present.
Yeah, and that's the thing that everyone
One
struggles
of the tricks of the trade is to get up and immediately start your morning with gratitude.
Yeah. See, and actually the routine that I've kind of picked up is from Brendan Bouchard. He has a book called High Performance Habits. So he did like this crazy study over like the top however many men and women, like Olympic athletes, the best in business, all of them, and basically did a deep dive and figured out what made all of them tick, what got them to that spot that they're just doing so good. And so he breaks down these habits and basically, I might butcher it, but I'll try to remember it. So it's 60 minutes. You take an hour every day and you take 20 minutes to move. Whether you're just walking around your home, sometimes I'm just like picking stuff up that the dogs left out, or I'll go to my mailbox and back, just 20 minutes to get your body moving and create that energy. And then after that, it's 20 minutes to read. Read something positive, read something that you can learn from, either or. Even if it's just like your favorite book that, you know, whatever book you're reading
like
on
your
the side.
go-to,
yeah, it doesn't even have to be in self-development.
Because
just something,
sometimes that happens too, right? Sometimes you have to sort of step away from those
oh my
books
gosh, yes,
and go right back to Little Women or right back to...
I read a chapter of High Performance Habits and I'm like, my brain is fried. I'm going to go hide now. So I do 20 minutes of reading and then 20 minutes to plan your day. So it's like the power hour. And I tell you what, it's how I've gotten.
And do you think that is what gives you that next level?
Oh yeah,
cool.
For sure.
That's where I'm getting at.
Cool. Yeah, that and the journaling. Yeah.
So tell me about, so let's go back in here. Let's go back into
here.
your book.
Do you want to?
Sure. All right.
I pretty much know most of what's
So
in there.
Stop Playing and Dream Bigger. Now this is Mandi Farrell.
Yeah.
This is so incredible. Or Chaka, Mandi Farrell Chaka.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Well, again, I'm stuck on that Farrel thing because of the cats.
Yeah. Yeah, Farrel cats.
Because I just feel like that's it. You were predestined.
Right, predestined. Thanks, Dad. I'll have to tell him that later.
So, and then grow your confidence. And, and tell me about where this, this is not a template. This is you actually, things that overwhelm me, things I do to procrastinate.
So I have a Canvas subscription and I just hop on there, type in worksheet, find an empty blank one like that, and then I just fill it out the way I would like it.
This is amazing.
And I usually wing it. I have a topic, I'll Google it a little bit, I'll YouTube it, I'll be like, well, what's worked for me for finding my motivation?
Okay, so look, find your motivation, focus on one goal at a time. Now, I want to kind of, because I want to pitch this a little bit, and I know we didn't talk about this.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I hope that you're okay with this.
I love it.
Because you're awesome. What did I say
awesome?
earlier? Awesome.
I don't know,
you're
that's
so
better.
awesome.
That one's better.
Are you going to start doing some teaching here? Are you going to start doing some leadership here? And are these, are you going to find these, or can we find these as a kit?
Well, I've been playing around with the idea of kind of putting them on my website. But then I've also been playing around with the idea of maybe making it into a book with just a bunch of different worksheets that you can grab them. You can have like a girl's day or a guy's day or whoever's day. And you can, you know, do a deep dive with your friends, you know, have an honest conversation with them about what overwhelms you and how you can help each other, or even just have the book whenever you need it. You know, if you feel alone and you need some kind of motivation or you don't feel confident, maybe something will help you. So I've kind of been thinking about calling it 100 pages that might help you or something kind of quirky like that.
That is super awesome.
So I'm only on 5 pages.
Right. So you've got 95 to go.
Yeah.
But Mandi, I can see right now that
Right?
if anybody can do it, baby girl, you can't.
I'm excited.
This is awesome.
I keep on doing that. I got my little dance.
Let me see.
No, that's it.
That's
all
it. This is look, show. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and it's funny because I didn't even ever think I would do live classes. It's just I take a few different ones online, and after I did the one at Yoakum, it felt so good and it was so much fun. And I just made a little status and I was like, if I did this class, who would want to do it, and would you pay $5 for it? And all these people were putting the little raised hand emoji, and I was like, okay. So I have a group of I think 50 people right now.
Wow.
And I've been really bad about posting this month, but I plan on, you know, getting back into it after I calm down with my book.
So how far into the book are you?
Right now I am finishing kind of like my final draft for my artist, and then I should be hopefully having a contract with her at the end of this month. She's the one that did the best version of me.
That's
that little
awesome.
sticker. So she's the best. Humble brag, Syndicree. Her name is Beth Armstrong, and she's from the UK.
And she's from the UK.
Yeah, I wanted to bring her a box of goodies, but I was so trying to get here. But I'll have to bring it to you.
Well, come back.
Yeah,
You're more than welcome to come back. Now, where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook. Usually I'm pretty active on there. It's at Shop Crafty Cats. Or you can go to shopcraftycats.com if you want to check out all my crazy stuff.
So in between everything that you're doing, you're still so much a part of animal rescue and supporting the arts.
Heck yeah.
And youth projects.
And the youth, I try to do a little bit of everything without spreading myself too thin. And sometimes I get a little bit bad about that, you know. But it's getting there. The more I do it.
This is such an amazing success story. As we are just getting, I mean, we're just coming in, probably just in the middle. And where are you going to go? What are your plans for the future?
I don't really know yet. I've been kind of thinking a lot about that because, you know, if you know where you want to get, it's easier to create that roadmap and kind of just do along. Sure. But I would like to see myself having a store or something.
A storefront here in the Crossroads.
That would be great.
That's amazing.
But I got to get to that level first.
Right.
So I'm on track.
What does it take to get to that level?
It takes reaching more people, trying to contribute more, get myself out there more, and my little introverted self is a little scared by that, but I'm getting better. I'm here, so I'm getting better.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I've got one final question for you.
Okay.
Which is, let's say it's you, right? 5 years ago. What advice would you give to yourself 5 years ago with what you've experienced now?
To pick one thing and go all in. Because a lot of people, they'll try like an MLM or they'll try starting their business, and after a few months seeing no success, they'll just give it up and run. But the reason why I've been so successful apart from giving back is because I have hard stuck with Crafty Cats. Through every hardship, through anything you could imagine, through rescue, through all of it, I have stuck with it and just kept moving forward no matter what happened.
Yeah. I absolutely
if they could just pick one thing and just go all in.
Pick one thing.
And actually have a class over that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Mandi, I am so much enjoyed being able to
I'm so excited to meet you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I was excited to meet you, and I'm going to sign up. I want to start doing your class. I think that would be phenomenal.
That would be fun. Cool. Maybe we could do one here.
There you go.
I'm like doing my little shrug dance.
There you go. All right. Oh, I like that. That's one of those things
like
where you
now.
go, it's like a psychological move. You want to do a show
that
with
high
me.
energy.
I love it. Thank you so much. Now, this is Mandi Farrell Chaka of Crafty Cats. And you could reach her on her Facebook pages.
Yep.
And
I'm all over.
She's all over. You can find her if you're trying. Thank you so much, love, for being here.
You.
Thank you guys so much for watching Southbridge Street Live.